Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cape Conversations. I'm Melinda Gallant, and we're going to have a wonderful discussion today with a lovely lady. Her name is Jane Ellis, and she's lived in Sandwich for 66 years, which means she probably moved here when she was 2. Not really, but we're going to have a wonderful conversation with her about music and all the things she's done. She was married to a Sandwichian, which is a person who's born here, and she had 6 great kids. She's a delight to talk to and a delight to listen to, so maybe we'll get her to sing a few songs as well. We're also here in this lovely tea shop called Beths Tea Shop on Jarvis Street. So come along, let's have a Cape conversation. Well, good morning, Jane Ellis.
Good morning, Melinda Gallant.
and I love how you say my name, Gallant.
Gallant.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Ohio. It's Gallant. That's a gallant. It's like I get that nose in there, I think, a little bit. But I love how you say Gallant, and you've always said that.
I've always said.
And of course, I've known you for a while. I want to be the honorary Ellis member. So at some point, I need to get my certificate.
Well, I'll work on that later today.
All right, excellent. So Jane, tell me how long you've lived here in Sandwich.
Since November 7th, 1945.
1945. Oh my gosh. And where'd you come from?
New London, Connecticut.
And where were you born?
In San Pedro, California.
You were born in San Pedro, California. I didn't know you were a Californian.
I don't
California girls.
Yes, I don't remember much. I was 6 weeks old when I left there.
And where did they move you to?
New London, Connecticut.
And is that where you met your husband, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the USO during the war.
You're kidding. Were you a performer?
No.
No.
I didn't.
You weren't a dime a dance girl, were you?
No. Just a gal that hung around the USO when I wasn't operating at the telephone company.
I see.
I should tell you the story.
What?
About the night I met Bob. I worked till 10 o'clock.
As a telephone
at
operator.
the telephone company.
This poking
and
the things?
the company and the USO were only spitting distance.
Yeah.
So as soon as 10 o'clock rolled around and I got out, I ran up to the USO.
Uh-huh.
And where everything was going on was up these beautiful stairway. And so I ran up them 2 at a time. And Bob and 2 other sailors, Coast Guard, were at the top of the stairs. And he said to the other 2, "Here comes the girl I'm going to marry."
No.
And
really?
Yeah. And they told me later that that's what he said.
Is that right?
Right.
Wow, that is really
he did.
something.
So that's the story.
And that's the story. And how many kids?
6.
If you only knew then what you know
If
now.
I only knew then. I heard that song yesterday. If we only have love.
Yeah.
From Jacques Brel is alive and well and living in Paris. Yeah.
So
quite a song.
You have been in Sandwich for 45 years and going on 46, I guess. And I know that you have done a lot of performing. In fact, I would say that you're the grande dame of performance on Cape Cod. Now, there are others out there, that are coming up. A Teddy Marsh from Mashpee.
She took over for me when I
That's right.
That's right.
She does
shows.
That's right. She does all the bus shows. But you sang at the Papaneset Inn. Isn't that correct?
East Bay Lodge.
East Bay Lodge.
Daniel Webster. It was the Daniel Webster Inn first.
Yeah.
Then East Bay Lodge.
So then you went to Osterville to East Bay
And
Lodge.
then,
Yeah.
And then, but I only went because Janie Carr, who was playing the piano at the Daniel Webster Inn, Bob Keston, the owner of East Bay Lodge, everyone kept telling him, "If you want your lounge to go, get Janie Carr over here." Well, she wouldn't go unless I went with her, so he said, "Oh, all right."
Now,
I was there for 8 years, and she was there for a few months.
You were there for 8 years? Yes. Oh, my gosh. Now, you didn't start singing. I mean, you weren't somebody who sang in high school musicals or anything?
Oh, my word, yes.
Oh, you did?
Knee high
Okay.
to a duck.
You did,
I
okay.
was. My
Of course
two
you-
sisters and I had a trio.
Oh, you did?
And
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
fantastic, but we didn't look like the McGuire sisters, so we didn't get many places. No, we didn't try. It was
Yeah.
mostly doing dishes at night.
Yeah,
And,
right, singing in the
Our
house.
harmony was like the McGuire sisters.
Uh-huh.
Not the Andrews sisters. The Andrews sisters had a different harmony. They had a tenor, a soprano, and a second soprano. We had the soprano, second soprano, alto, very
Ah,
close
Yeah,
harmony.
yeah.
And we were quite good.
There you
And we
go.
always did it a cappella, because at that time, nobody accompanied anybody.
Yeah, you didn't have a
And
piano
you didn't,
hanging around the
there
house.
were no places to go where there was open mic or any of that.
Yeah, there wasn't any of
business to
that.
them.
That's wonderful.
So that's how I started singing. And,
Now, you had all your kids here,
yes.
and you moved here because your husband Bob, who's unfortunately since passed away.
We came for a visit
Yeah,
and never left.
and there, and he was
Because-
original Cape Codder,
Oh,
or
yeah.
what did he call himself?
A Sandwichian.
A Sandwichian, there we go.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
excellent.
Yeah, and all the kids went to all the schools, but I started out in the minstrel shows, even in New London. I sang in the choir and everything. But when we came here, I was able to do funny songs and things that, in New London, they say, "Oh, you have such a pretty little voice." That's how I developed my belt. I wasn't going to have anybody tell me I had a little
Gotcha.
voice again.
Now, I've got a question for you.
What?
Did, I know you've sung with a lot of different people, and I know that for a long time, you were here in Sandwich, not only at the Daniel Webster, but you were at where Amari is now, which used to be called Michael's, right?
Michael's. It was Scorton Tavern
Scorton
before
Tavern, that's right.
because they were the ones that knew me from Falmouth, the different, they were with Dave Jarvis at the chart room.
Oh, I see.
It's the chart room at Kingman Marina.
Yes, that's right, yeah. I call it the Boom Boom Room.
The Boom Boom. It's the
Right.
Boom Boom Room, all right. But.
Well, if you go there and you see the ladies all decked out for the summer, sitting out there, you know,
Yeah.
and usually ladies have a little bit of age on them. They're not
Oh, of
necessarily
course,
spring chickens.
My age. Spring chickens we are.
But I love how people just get up and sing there.
Yeah.
It is kind of amazing. So you sang there too?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Not only getting up
Up
like
and-
that.
yeah, yeah.
On a night off.
Yeah.
And so I was at East Bay for 8 years, and then I was, after Scorton Tavern, then Michael bought it.
Right,
And he continued to have Marge and I there.
right.
And, let's see, the first edition,
Oh, yeah.
which
yeah,
is the Beehive,
Yeah.
and New Seabury Country Club.
So, Jane, we're talking about the Melody Tent. Tell me a little bit. Now, I know you went there with Eva Broderson, who was going to join us today.
Yes.
And unfortunately, she's under the weather,
Yes.
and we hope she gets well soon.
Absolutely.
Yes. But you went to and what happened?
Well, she had all the audience singing.
Well, now, who's she?
Pearl Bailey.
Pearl Bailey?
The Pearl
Oh, my
Bailey.
gosh.
She wanted everyone to sing Old Cape Cod. And the two of them poked me and told me to use my loud voice.
Were you sitting down front?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Right down front. And so I was belting out Old Cape Cod. She came over and she pointed at me and signaled me
Right.
to come up on stage to finish it with her. And then she wanted me to sing a song with her. And she went over to the two owners of the Melody Tent and said, "Why isn't she up here?"
Oh, my
Which I
gosh.
thought was grand. And she
Did you sing the funny version of Old Cape Cod?
No, I didn't know it then.
Oh, you did? Oh,
That
it
was
written down?
later,
Okay.
yeah. And that, as you know, was written by several different people.
Yeah.
Gave a line or two for it.
Right.
But, no, and it's funny, the people that were in the audience that night, as the years have gone by, they'll say, I saw you at the Melody tent.
With brought up out of the
yeah,
audience.
yeah.
How exciting.
But
And you, I know you performed for a lot of corporations and did that kind of thing, and you were flown one time down to Maryland or
to
something?
Williamsburg.
To Williamsburg to perform for, was it GE? Or?
GE Space, the space section of GE.
Really?
Which
Oh
I
my
thought
gosh.
was quite nice. But, oh, and then I did I sang in the choir all through this.
Right. You started performing professionally, what, at 40?
Yeah.
You were about 40?
And that's when I started studying voice,
Oh my gosh.
because I was.
But now that's amazing to
I
me.
was
I mean, you had your
losing it.
family.
Yeah.
You were singing in the choir, and you were doing the fun stuff, the
Yeah.
volunteer stuff.
Yeah.
And then, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make a couple of bucks doing this?
I had lunch with a group of, well, say, girls at the Daniel Webster Inn.
Uh-huh.
Chiva Newhall was the owner of the Daniel Webster.
Mhm.
He said, he called me over, and he said, Van Four, who was a handsome young airman from the base, who sang with this Janie Carr at the Daniel Webster Inn on Fridays and Saturdays,
Yeah.
was being sent away on a TDY,
What's a TDY?
temporary duty. I was leaving the Daniel Webster, and Chiva called me over and he said, could you fill in for Van this Friday and Saturday? Because I had gone to the Daniel Webster with friends from different companies with Bob and I.
Right.
And whenever we went, they'd always say, we have someone with us who sings. Would you get her up to sing? Because I wouldn't do it on my own.
Sure.
Ever, even to this day. And so he heard me singing at these different affairs.
Oh,
So that's why he asked me.
wow.
And as luck would have it, I knew thousands of songs right in my head.
You know thousands of jokes, too.
Yes,
I know that for
yes,
sure.
yes.
I've heard you do
And
the joke.
although they're leaking out now. So I did that Friday and Saturday, and he never took Van back. I
Oh.
was there for about a year and a half.
Oh, my gosh.
And that was when I went to
Went on to someplace else.
East Bay Lodge and,
So on and so forth.
yes, yeah.
Do you remember the first song you sang there or no?
I have no idea.
Well, now, one of my favorite, of course, my husband's favorite song that you sang is
Yes.
Big Breasted Mama.
Yes, written by George Engels,
Right.
who's the pianist on my CD, his
Right.
CD.
His CD, right. You
That
did
he
a
asked
CD,
me to be
right,
on.
in Boston, yeah.
Yeah, at WGBH.
Yeah, you did it on GBH.
Yeah, and so then.
Is it on that CD, Big Breasted Mama?
No.
No.
No, not, in fact, that's what upset people. All the songs are songs George picked out,
Oh, I see.
and they're slow ballads, very
Right.
old,
Yeah.
that I had never done.
Oh, I
And
see.
except for I hadn't done it, I knew it, but I never did it, the opening one, sure, it's gone.
Oh, I got the
can't
CD,
remember.
but I can't
Yeah,
remember either.
yeah.
So,
But it was a Judy Garland,
not like Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
no, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
So he wrote a musical on the life of Fatty Arbuckle, who was a comic
Right.
in the 20s
And he
and
was accused
30s.
of murder, wasn't he, or something? or?
Raping
Yes,
a girl.
yeah, that was
And
it.
he was proved innocent.
Right.
But people never accepted it.
Right.
And he died of a broken heart.
Right.
And George wrote this musical.
And one of the songs.
And one of the songs was Big Breasted Mama. And that's,
It's a
in
wonderful-
fact,
it's a
all the
wonderful-
music from it
Yeah.
that he wrote was absolutely priceless.
Is it?
Tampa.
Well, my husband's favorite is Big Breasted Mama.
Big
That's for
Breasted
sure.
Mama, that's
With a
right,
great
yeah.
big heart.
Yes.
Yes. Looking
Looking
for
for
a.
a two-fisted man.
There you go. And you were Maria in Sound of Music.
I was Bloody Mary. In
You were
the
Bloody Mary too?
South
Now,
Pacific.
There's a dichotomy of acting skills.
And, yeah, I was the very first. I had one of my children at Toby Hospital. I had all 6 of them.
Yeah.
But this particular one, I met a gal named Roz Stevens. And her husband was going to be the music director for the Falmouth Theatre Guild's first musical, The King and I.
Oh my gosh.
And she knew I sang and all. So they called me to come over and try out for a part.
Right.
And I played Lady Tiang.
Oh my gosh.
And I got the greatest compliment I ever got in my life.
And that
A
was?
woman came up to me and said, "Jane, you were so graceful. No one in my life had ever called me graceful."
Oh, that's
It
wonderful.
was fun.
That's
And,
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Then the next year, they did South Pacific, and I was Bloody Mary.
Oh, wonderful.
And then they did My Fair Lady, but there were only 2 parts.
Yeah.
And Fuzzy Jarvis, who was a fantastic leading lady,
Yeah.
she had Liza.
Now, tell me, all that jazz. Sing me the first line, can you?
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz.
Oh, yay! Yay, yay, yay. That was wonderful.
No, Dick McMorrow at the Daniel Webster Inn was the one that gave me the music to
For that song.
Yeah.
That song, yeah. That's wonderful. And your kids all sing? I know you've got a somewhat famous son. He was a selectman, Patrick Ellis.
Patrick, yes.
Yes, and he was head of DPW here in town.
10 years.
Right. And you've got a daughter, Cece. That's your
Cece.
oldest? Is your
Yes,
oldest?
my oldest.
And then there comes Kathy,
Kathy.
my partner in crime.
Your partner in crime.
Right.
And then there was Patrick, Matthew, Jimmy.
Who plays a
and
fabulous guitar. now.
Guitar and sings.
And sings, he does, he's wonderful.
Well, he MCs the Christmas and Sandwich in
He
front
does,
of the.
he
It's a
does.
great MC.
And he does our MCs, our shows.
Yes,
when we do
yes,
shows
he's
together.
fabulous. He gets that from his father.
Yeah, well, he is a talker. That's for sure. Oh,
So,
that's wonderful.
yeah.
Well, Jane, it is so nice to talk to you today. It's been wonderful. You are a delight. Now, where can they see? Where are you appearing? Okay, remember the
In
joke
my
was
own-
she will be appearing at Corpus Christi and somebody's funeral and somebody's wedding. Isn't that what we used to say? Appearing nightly or something.
Yeah,
So-
I'm still doing the cantering at church.
You are. How wonderful.
Singing in the choir.
Excellent. Well, and you do our shows when we do Wine,
Yeah.
Women, and Song.
Right.
And those things,
And
which
I
is
do
great fun.
lots in the TV room at home.
Do you do, well, there you go. If anybody's passing by Canary Street, they can stop in and you'll do a tune for them.
There's a crazy lady that lives in that house.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you know what? One of the things that Cape Conversations is all about is about having a conversation and getting to know people, unusual people and different people throughout the community. And so it's been wonderful having you here today and talking with you in this cute little tea shop called
It
Beth's.
certainly is. It's adorable.
It is adorable. And now you're going to have to come back more to here.
I would be.
You could walk to here.
That's right.
It would be a nice little jaunt, especially in the spring. I think right now
Yeah.
it's a little iffy. Yeah,
In this
but
weather.
no, not in this weather. No. Anyway, well, thank you again. It's been wonderful. So you take
Well,
a
it
sip of water.
certainly is.
Thank you so much.
You too.
All righty, we're
love
performing
to
again soon. We got to find a gig.
All right.
All right. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm here right now with Beth of Beth's Tea Shop. How are you this
Good, how
morning?
are you?
Good, 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 good.
Good.
Thank you for letting us come into this beautiful spot.
You're welcome.
So tell me, Beth, what is in the secret to those scones that are so fabulous that everybody comes in here for?
What's in them?
Yeah, what's
well,
can you
of course
t-
you have to have butter,
Yeah.
and I do use no-fat buttermilk in them, so they're not so bad.
Oh, really?
And it makes
You
them
mean I
nice
just
and
ate something
fluffy.
dietetic?
Well, the butter kind of, but there's not much sugar in it either. So if
Oh,
you're
that's
watching your
good.
sugar, it's not so bad.
That's
either.
good. That's excellent, excellent. Now, how long have you been here, Beth?
We've been here almost 4 years.
Really? And when you moved in, this had been an antique store or something?
It was an antique store. He restored the building.
Uh-huh.
And he did a fabulous job with that. We didn't have to do much out front. We did most of our work out back, making the kitchen a little bigger.
And so, what was this before it was that, though?
It was
Before
the Father Clinton Hall.
Belonged to the
Corpus-
church.
Yep, Corpus Christi.
Which is
had
now
it.
the Belfry Inn.
Yep.
Which is next door to the Painted Lady, which was the rectory. Right.
Mhm. Right. My
And-
mother took CCD lessons here, as well as a lot of people who come in from town.
Yeah?
That's what they remember it as being
that
the
right?
CCD. They
Are you-
took CCD.
Are you a Cape Codder?
I am.
A Cape Codder,
Yeah.
live and in person, and you're not 110. That's
No.
fabulous. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Betsy. So, now tell me, so before it was Father Clinton Hall, it was, it's been a lot of things, this building, which is, again, so wonderful.
Yep, it was a USO hall during
Well,
World
and
War I and II. Yeah.
Jane Ellis was talking about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that, that this has
Lots
been
of
used.
history, yeah. Louise Veltzer actually came in and gave me the article when they first opened the place, and so that's a treasure that I have.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, and before that, it was a hardware store, but originally it was a Puritan church.
Really? Well, I could see that. It's plain and,
Yeah.
as it would be.
Right. And the cross is still above the door.
Oh, it is? Oh, my gosh.
Still there. On the outside.
On the
Coming
outside,
in,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll have to look when I go by.
That's
I
right.
didn't realize that. So they left it up all those years, the cross.
They did?
Isn't that
They did,
funny?
Yeah, they just left it
Yeah.
there. It's great.
So tell me, I know you're a baker. Are you a baker by trade or by choice?
By choice. Yeah,
And
self-taught.
and where did you start? I actually know the answer to this.
I was at the Mashpee Commons Tea Shop for 12 years. And
That's
it
where
was a
the
funny
scones
joke.
got perfected.
Yeah, and then I was on my way home, took a different way home, and came by, actually, the Brown Jug had the, what was the old Butner's building was for
Right.
sale at the same time as this one. And the joke is, I asked a few questions, and here I am. So be careful what you ask for.
That's right. And we're standing right next to this beautiful case of delicious goodies.
Uh-huh.
And I will tell you, my favorite is your coconut cake. I mean, besides the scones, which are excellent, it's the coconut cake. But what do you do? I mean, what do you make? Everything baked goods known to man, or what?
I will do special requests if something that they haven't seen
Wedding
here.
cakes?
But wedding cakes we do.
Yeah?
Specialty cakes. Tell me what you want, and I'll try and do it the best I can.
And I notice you have a whole lineup of teas, so you have
We
the
do.
really nice
We
English
do,
teas.
and we have full lunch. So
And what is it, like quiches and
soup-
salads?
soups and salads, and quiches, and we do some chicken stew and puff pastry, and
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
great. Excellent, excellent. Well, again, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
letting us be here today.
You're welcome.
It's been fun, and it's been cute to see the store. And I know you've got some famous men over here in the corner that probably need some waiting on. So, in any case, thanks so much,
you're
Beth.
welcome.
Good to
It was
see
good
you.
to see you.
Well, thank you for joining me today for a Cape Conversation. Wasn't Jane Ellis just a delight? She is a wonderful person, a great singer, and loads of fun. And thank you for joining me here on Jarvis Street at Beth's Tea Shop. What a cute little place. I hope you stop in sometime and have a cup of tea. Thanks a lot. See you next time on Cape Conversations.